My name's Alex, 32, and I've been dating my girlfriend Rachel, 29, for just over 2 years. I thought our relationship was solid, balancing our independence with separate apartments while spending most weekends together. There were the usual small disagreements, but nothing that seemed alarming, until my birthday last month, when everything came crashing down. I'm not big on extravagant birthdays, but turning 32 felt like a reason for a quiet evening with Rachel. She had suggested a low-key dinner, just the two of us, at a cozy Italian spot we'd been wanting to try. I reserved a table and was genuinely looking forward to it. Then, mid-afternoon, Rachel texted me. "Hey, I'm swamped with a work emergency and completely wiped. Can we push dinner? I'll make it up this weekend. Promise. Love you." I was disappointed but didn't overthink it. "Work stress happens," I replied. "No worries. Hope things settle down. Let me know if you need anything." She responded quickly. "Just the usual chaos. Sorry to bail on your birthday. We'll do something special soon." I canceled the reservation, ordered Thai takeout, and settled in for a quiet night alone. A few friends sent birthday messages, including my college buddy Chris, who's been a long-time friend. Chris and Rachel never really clicked, but they were civil for my sake. Around 9 p.m., while halfway through a movie with my takeout, my phone buzzed. Chris had sent me a message. "Weren't you and Rachel supposed to be at dinner tonight? She just sent me this from her Instagram." Attached was a screenshot of Rachel's Instagram story. It was a group photo at a trendy rooftop bar downtown. Rachel stood in the middle, drink in hand, smiling with the caption, "So happy to be with my favorite people tonight." Favorite people on my birthday, after claiming she was exhausted. I stared at the screenshot, my food forgotten as the realization hit. The frequent last-minute cancellations over the past months. Her sudden defensiveness when I asked about certain friends. The subtle way she angled her phone away from me. It all started to click. Chris texted again. "Sorry man. Jenna saw it and thought you should know." Rachel restricted her stories, but Jenna still sees them. That explained why I hadn't seen it myself. She had been selectively hiding her social media from me. For how long? Instead of exploding with anger, I decided to stay calm. Called her. Music and chatter blared in the background. "Hey, what's up?" she said, almost shouting. "Just checking in," I replied neutrally. "How's the work emergency?" "Oh, it's mostly handled. I'm just about to head home and crash." The noise faded, as if she'd moved somewhere quieter. "Glad to hear that. Shame about dinner. I had a surprise for you. Something I'd been working on. Guess I'll just send it back." She sounded caught off guard but curious. "Yeah. What was it?" "It was special. Doesn't matter now. Get some rest. You sound wiped." I hung up before she could press further. Within 10 minutes, she texted. "What was the surprise?" I ignored it. 15 minutes later. "Feeling better now. Can I come by?" I waited, then replied. "Sure, I'm home." She shot back. "Be there in 20. But I had no intention of letting her in. I grabbed my keys, wallet, and a piece of paper, scribbled a note, and taped it to my front door. I slipped out the back just as an Uber pulled up. From a discreet distance, I watched Rachel step out, glowing with excitement. No trace of exhaustion. Her hair, makeup, dress, all flawless. She approached my door, saw the note and froze. It read, "Welcome back, liar. Saw your Instagram post about your favorite people. Guess I'm not one of them. You ditched my birthday with a fake excuse. Your things will be outside tomorrow. Enjoy the people who matter." She immediately called me. I muted the phone and watched her knock frantically, peering into the windows. 15 minutes later, she slumped onto the doorstep, still dialing and texting. "This is a misunderstanding. Please let me explain. You're overreacting, it's just a post." I drove to Chris's couch for the night. By the time I got there, I had 20 missed calls and a flood of frantic texts. By 6 a.m., she was still outside, pleading to talk. Part of me wondered if I'd overreacted. But it wasn't just the post. It was the fabricated work emergency, the fake exhaustion, and the months of curated secrecy. I texted once. "Go home, Rachel. I'll reach out when I'm ready." She begged to explain in person, swearing it wasn't what it seemed. Against my instincts, I agreed to meet at a public cafe downtown. She arrived looking rough, still in last night's clothes, eyes red, makeup smeared. She rushed into her defense. "It wasn't what it looked like. I was out with work friends. The post was careless. I didn't mean it to hurt you." Cut her off. "I never said you were on a date. You lied about work, ditched my birthday, then posted about your favorite people while hiding it from me. That's the issue. How long have you been filtering your stories?" She whispered. "A few months, but it's not what you think." "Then explain it." She confessed. "I wanted a reaction. Things felt stale. You seemed distant. I thought if you saw me having fun, you'd pay more attention." Leaned back. "So you asked Jenna to make sure Chris saw that story, knowing he'd tell me? All to manipulate me into noticing you instead of talking to me." "It sounds terrible when you put it like that," she mumbled. "Because it is. It's dishonest and immature. If you felt ignored, you could have talked to me. Instead, you played games for months." Tears streamed down her face. "I'm sorry. Love you. Please don't end us over one mistake." "It's not one mistake. You admitted this has been going on months. Orchestrating drama isn't love. That's manipulation." Understood. "I need space." As I walked away, she called out. "Was there really a surprise?" "No, Rachel. There was no surprise. I made it up to see what you'd do. You ditched my birthday, lied, then rushed over thinking you'd gain something. That told me all I needed to know." I blocked her number and left a box of her belongings at her building's front desk. Weeks later, she still tried contacting me through friends, even showing up at my office, only to be escorted out by security. She sent a handwritten 10-page letter filled with apologies and promises to change. She admitted testing me, dropping hints about other men, faking emergencies, and posting vague social content to stir insecurity. The rooftop event wasn't work-related. It was planned with friends. The favorite people caption was meant to sting. 2 years of what I thought was a genuine connection, and I had been a pawn in her emotional game. I haven't responded, and I don't plan to. Some betrayals aren't traditional infidelity. They're about trust and respect. Rachel had none. Update. 1 month later, she finally stopped contacting me after a mutual friend relayed I was done. She's telling people I was emotionally distant. Classic deflection. I hear you suggesting I should have confronted her before the note. It wasn't just the Instagram post. It was the web of lies and manipulation. When someone shows their true self, trust it. Call it cheating, deception, or whatever you like. The outcome is the same.